Alright, here we are doing a brake job on 2013 Nissan Altima. Already took the brake pads out. Brake pads seem okay, they got plenty of life left on them, but we're going to change them out anyway. These rotors are shot, they're warped, get a lot of pulsing on the highway on these brake pads once they heat up, like almost immediately. So really easy. You take off the two bolts holding on the caliper. You got to take off the mounting bracket. There are these big bad bolts here, 22 millimeter, 14 millimeter for those little guys here, slide pin bolts, and this comes right out. Pop the rotor right off. May need to hit it with a hammer if it's seized on there. Man, this video sucks. I'm not good at these videos, holding it and doing it. I don't know how the other guys do it, man. Guess I need a mount or something. But anyhow, really easy job. Got Akebono brake pads and Raybestos Rotors. Akebono ProAct. Got some those mood parts are that for that beast there. Those are. Change that on the minivan here in a bit. But anyhow, once you change out the rotor, I mean, you could use the brake pads. They'll kind of seat in, but for 40 bucks or whatever they were, $48 for new brake pads, just go brand new. So start all fresh. So that's that. Rock Auto. They got the best, I think they got really good prices, but above and beyond that, they got the parts you want. You know, Akebono is a great name brand. I don't think I'd rather go with that and pay maybe a little bit more for shipping, or and then get an inferior product at AutoZone or Advance or Pep Boys, etc. So that's how I do it. Give you a little bit of a video to put these things together here as we're progressing on this one, but pretty quick, pretty easy job once you get the hang of what you're doing. See you in a few. Here we go, part 2. That was quick. So I got the rotor on here. It's you can tell here it's all scored. There's no sense in cutting these things. New rotors for this car are about $32 each, something like that, plus shipping. So you can't cut these. Once the metal is warped, you're done. Go new. So now this thing is seized on here. So what you do is you take a hammer. You need one of these BFHs, right? Mandatory that you have rock music playing in the background. You're just gonna hit the rotor from behind, hit it around, and boom, you got it off, right? Kind of break that off. Obviously it doesn't matter if you're hammering on these things, you're not going to use them again. These are now good weights to hold down a tent or something like that, right? I use these bad boys to hold down my trap shooter when I go shoot and play birds. Got a motorcycle for sale out here. I don't know if people are stopping to take a look. Hopefully they are. Hopefully they got cash too. We'll see you in a few when we're back here. But as you can see, this is the hub here. Bearings inside. This is all like one assembly. You know, pretty easy job here, you know. So I'll come back to you here with the new rotor in a few. So here we go, putting them back together. Got the new rotors on there. Got the bracket back on there. These bolts here, you want to make sure that they're nice and tight. Obviously you don't want your bracket falling off or coming loose. And when you don't have an impact hammer that fits, you make one, right? You take a BFH, hit that there. That didn't work, but if I had two hands or maybe a bracket to hold this phone, you get the idea. You could just make your own impact hammer and hit that boom, boom, boom to cinch those up nice, because it's hard to get leverage on this when you're got this type of angle here, right? So just hit it with the hammer a few times, tighten it down, you'll be good to go. All right, not sure how the lighting is on this, but here we go. We're wrapped up. We got the new Raybestos Rotors on, new Akebono pads, new hardware. Everything's good. Greased silicone grease on the slide pins. This top slide pin doesn't have a rubber boot on it. Bottom slide pin does, and that bottom slide pin doesn't move as easily in and out as this top one. So just keep that in mind. That rubber boot is there for a reason. I don't know what the reason is, but it's there for a reason. Sometimes you just don't have to know, but if an engineer put it there, it's probably a damn good reason why it's there. Hit it with some brake clean, clean it up, put a pan on the bottom so that way it catches some of the overrun there. Hard to get the backside. Try your best. Okay, there you go. I had put two lug nuts on here to hold my rotor in place while I was repositioning the mounting bracket. And that's that. Bada bing, bada boom. You just saved yourself like $400 on doing your own brakes and rotors. So these brakes and rotors cost me, the rotors were like $30 a piece. The brake pads were like $46 a piece plus shipping. So about $120, $125 or something like that to do this brake job. I mean, you can't even come close to that by letting a mechanic do it for you. And this is a pretty easy job. I mean, if you're somewhat handy, that's a little tie there to hold this bracket while you're working on everything. So that's that. We're gonna do the other side, button this up, and then from there I'm gonna do the sway bar links on the minivan. If you have a Dodge minivans eat sway bar links for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Probably last about 40,000 miles if you're lucky. And if you're gonna replace those on a Dodge, go with the Moog. Don't go with some cheap thing that are like $30 for the pair. Spend a little bit more money on the Moog. They're much better parts. That's that. That's a wrap up on this brake job. I'll put these videos together. If you guys have any questions, comments, tell me I'm doing it all wrong, let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But most importantly, if you got shit to say, make sure you got your own videos posted up on YouTube on how you do it. See you next time. All right, here's a little wrap-up video on the brake job. So, not sponsored by Rock Auto, but I bought a lot of stuff from them. They're pretty good company. I think you get the best parts for a really good price. And you got to pay for shipping, but it's all included in the price. I mean, if you buy junk parts on Amazon and shipping's included, it all comes out to be the same stuff, man. And buying from Rock Auto, again, I got Akebono pads. I mean, you can't really argue. They're some of the best brake pads out there. For the minivan, I got the Moog stabilizer end links. And on this bad boy, we got the Raybestos Rotors, right? So, I mean, the Akebono pads, everybody knows these are some of the best brake pads you could buy. Ceramic, they work good. I bought these. There wasn't really that many options on rotors for the sedan, for the Altima sedan. So these are the Raybestos parts. Raybestos RPT, I don't know what the hell that means. Element 3, coated rotors. I really didn't see anything here. Engineered in the United States of America. Obviously, they're freaking made in China. Everything's made in China. Where are these bad boys made? Printed in the United States. Look at this. Look at this. Manufactured in the USA. How about that? Not bad. Those are the old brake pads. I'm not sure what brand these were. I'm not sure. These weren't, they definitely weren't stock. They might be Nissan brake pads though. I bought this certified. I wonder if they're Akebono, A-K-A-C-T. I didn't really see what the part number was. Damn it. But the brake pads were fine. The rotors were shot. I want to say these might be stock Nissan rotors. This car only has about 88,000 miles, something like that. But these rotors were definitely, I didn't mic them, but they were definitely thicker plates than the new Raybestos. Again, I didn't put the mic on them, but you could tell the Raybestos ones were slightly thinner. I mean, a hair, but just giving you the real. That's about it. And last thing, whenever you take your wheels off the car, you do a brake job. I mean, here's my tools, right? I got simple jacks, simple ramps, operating off of this compressor and a Harbor Freight impact gun. Don't trust your impact gun, okay? I had an issue here where I actually took this wheel off a couple weeks ago, brought it to the tire shop to patch it up, brought it back, and I put it back on, and I don't know if you could tell, but there's two lug nuts there that are different. And the reason that there's two lug nuts there that are different is because those damn lug nuts fell right the fuck off the wheel. So I want to go rotate these tires about 2 weeks after I got this tire fixed, and lo and behold, I'm missing two lug nuts, and the other three are pretty damn loose. So I guess what we're gonna get in the habit of now is using that bad boy. A nice breaker bar. Put the ratchet up, put the socket on there with the breaker bar, tighten them down nice, and make sure you don't lose a tire. Seems pretty beginner stuff, right? But yeah, just hit my freaking mirror, my head on the mirror. Seems like pretty beginner stuff, but sometimes we need to be reminded. Okay. Cinch them up a little bit. And you're good to go. I mean, that's pretty tight with the impact. I mean, sometimes I think the problem is that with these impacts is depending on the size of the air tank that you have and the PSI that you could actually run. I mean, that's going to affect what actual, pressure you're able to put on these things. All right, so that's my one-handed video. So there we go. Akebono pads, Raybestos rotors. I guess for 30 bucks a piece. I don't know. I guess they'll work. If they fail, we'll get new ones and put them and swap them out again. But otherwise, we're good to go. So that's about it. It's my wrap up on the brake job. You don't need expensive tools, fancy tools to make this happen. You just need the will to actually do it, a little bit of mechanical ability, and obviously the time, and maybe somebody who knows more than you that could bail you out if you get into trouble, right? So good luck. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Good luck on your project. Later.